City Bandits find themselves in an interesting situation as they enter their second game of the season, which is a rematch of their season opener against the Oklahoma Flying Aces. Now, the Bandits did take that season opener 37-24, but the boys in the bandanas, they're looking for more in this matchup. Head coach Irv Strobing is hoping that with the extended bye, the young players on the roster are able to understand more of the playbook on offense in this matchup, leading to better execution on that side of the ball. And after their first game in the new league, the Bandits themselves are beginning to pick up on a couple of the new wrinkles that come with playing in the NAL, and playing the same opponent 2 weeks in a row should show the boys in the bandanas where they stand early on in the season.
I think we get to clean up a lot of things, and see how much we've progressed. Because, when you play a totally different team, you never know, right? We're playing the same team 2 weeks in a row. If we come out and beat them by 20 or lose, and we know what we're up against.
Now the Bandits take on the Oklahoma Flying Aces this Saturday, April 6th at the Tyson Event Center. Kickoff is set for 7:10 p.m.